Why do people get so worked up over trivial matters? Examining the similarities between SNS controversies and medieval witch hunts. Don't you ever wonder why people get so heated over trivial matters on social media, or why they gang up on others, or if they're not afraid of being doxxed? There are similarities between the recent SNS controversies and witch hunts. In this video, we will introduce the commonalities between the times when witch hunts were popular and the times when social media controversies are frequent. Enjoy. 1. Points in common with the history and background of witch hunts in modern society. 1-1. The era when witch hunts occurred and its background. Witch hunts took place on a large scale in Europe, from the 14th to 17th centuries. This period spanned from the late Middle Ages to the Renaissance, and was a time of various changes in religion, politics, economy, and culture. Medieval Europe was characterized by a strengthened feudal system, and the church and state were closely tied. Additionally, this period experienced climate change-induced famine and poverty, as well as rapid population growth due to urbanization, resulting in various social problems. 1-2. Commonality in the background of the era. 1. Spread of infectious diseases. The plague Black Death that spread throughout Europe in the 14th century caused devastating damage, with about 1/3 of the population dying. This infectious disease fueled people's anxiety and fear, which became one of the factors leading to witch hunts. People could not understand the cause or treatment of the disease, and their anxiety and fear grew. As a result, they began to believe that witches and demons were responsible for the disease, and a movement to eliminate them spread. The limited medical knowledge during the time of witch hunts also contributed to the tendency to attribute natural phenomena and diseases to supernatural forces, and it was common to believe that witches and demons were responsible. These factors combined to make the spread of the plague a cause of witch hunts. In modern society, the COVID-19 pandemic has wreaked havoc worldwide, significantly impacting economies and societies. The spread of such infectious diseases can be seen as a commonality in the background of the era between the time of witch hunts and the modern-day SNS controversies. 2. Psychological similarities between witch hunts and SNS controversies. Evolutionary psychology suggests that the mechanisms of the human mind and body were completed around the Jomon period, and have not changed much to this day. Here are 4 possible psychological similarities between those who instigate witch hunts and those who cause SNS controversies. 2-1. Scapegoating. Scapegoating refers to unconsciously selecting a victim to transfer one's problems and anxieties onto others or groups to avoid responsibility. When social anxiety and fear increase, people tend to identify the cause of bad events or situations, and try to gain a sense of security by eliminating that cause. In the era of witch hunts, inexplicable events and diseases were thought to be the work of witches and demons, and people sought a sense of security by driving them out. Similarly, the psychology behind modern-day SNS controversies is to alleviate one's anxieties and fears by condemning and attacking others or groups. 2-2. Mass hysteria. Mass hysteria is a phenomenon where emotions are shared within a group, and anxiety and fear are excessively amplified. In witch hunts, a situation where the entire group cornered witches was created by some people fueling fear of witches. Similarly, in SNS controversies, many people join in condemning others, and the situation escalates. 2-3. Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is a psychological phenomenon where people take pleasure in the misfortune or failure of others. In witch hunts, people sometimes felt temporary relief when those deemed witches were punished. Similarly, in SNS controversies, people feel a sense of superiority by attacking and demeaning others, and the psychology of Schadenfreude is at work. 2-4. Serotonin deficiency. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that brings us feelings of happiness and security. Serotonin is also used to recover from stress, so when social anxiety persists, stress continues to accumulate, causing continuous consumption of serotonin. As a result, a serotonin deficiency occurs. This deficiency can lead to increased aggression and anxiety, making it easier for people to attack others. In witch hunts, amidst rising social anxiety, people found temporary relief by attacking witches. Similarly, in SNS controversies, the psychology behind attacking others is to alleviate anxiety and aggression caused by serotonin deficiency. 3. Learning from the factors that led to the end of witch hunts to reduce online controversies. Several factors contributed to the end of witch hunts, and to conclude, reducing online controversies through individual efforts may not be very realistic. given that these factors were macro-level changes. Let's look at the background of why witch hunts came to an end. 3 to 1. Spread of the Enlightenment. Higher literacy among people. From the late 17th century to the 18th century, the Enlightenment began to spread throughout Europe. The Enlightenment emphasized reason and scientific methods and criticized superstition and irrational beliefs. The irrational fear and suspicion generated by witch hunts were gradually criticized due to the activities of Enlightenment thinkers. If we were to apply this to modern society, perhaps if people who easily fuel online controversies had higher internet literacy, such controversies might decrease. 3 to 2. Legal reforms. In many countries and regions, laws and regulations related to witch trials were revisited, the standards of evidence for witch trials were tightened, and the credibility of torture and confessions became increasingly questioned. As a result, fewer innocent people were accused of being witches. In modern society, penalties for defamation have become more severe, and more people are requesting the removal and disclosure of defamatory content, which seems to be a positive trend. 3 to 3. Social and cultural changes. Between the 17th and 18th centuries, European society and culture underwent changes. Religious tolerance gradually spread due to the effects of the Reformation and policies of tolerance. In addition, advances in science and medicine led to a better understanding of epidemics and disasters as natural phenomena, reducing fear of witches. In today's society, the coronavirus pandemic has been declared over. If wars and inflation were to end and the era of fear passed, the general public's sense of fear would likely be alleviated. In summary, this video examined the commonalities between modern SNS controversies and medieval witch hunts. Factors such as the spread of epidemics, scapegoating, mass hysteria, schadenfreude, and serotonin deficiency were identified as common historical and psychological phenomena in both cases. The factors that led to the end of witch hunts included the spread of the Enlightenment, legal reforms, and social and cultural changes. While it may not be easy to reduce SNS controversies, just as with witch hunts, times will change. Neither the coronavirus nor wars will last forever, so it is crucial to persevere through these challenging times. If you found this video interesting, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up, as it is very motivating. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.